Talwese sola malungil tu taun mergid rogoit al Restaurant Superstation WWFM sola adra PPUC telol mertir ma staff tir tiga mla oitia obisra PPUC men emsauder tir mergid adra blue le kadam hal dio mondai el kirela arala tengi ma tangater el mo update rabuai luasei ngaraku es mangaraku muut tom monga do urgid litiagid tom monga do urgid akiol ngitlo sendia call in lendia soadal interrupt tira lo sauda ikal ya changes el kire del mogdangay mang at this time and the alphabet mala call ins mang di sabilom ko dong the number 488 let me see I got to put my glasses on 4883870 okay asuma nga niya karmiu si 4883870 color ngira after this show mong sabihin individually ang office tire merko answer questions rumi. Is that okay? I think it's okay. Okay, madalo se sola malungil tutau sola la ko matra alda du etirga mal to alda adrire mal ka debate mil dital sikang mensakl sola tegi da sum ngaya question mi mora and merma men sabihin directly just email it to www.ktfm@palau.gmail.com and we're going to have a spectacle individually answer questions rumi depends on us. Madali issue mal obendia ya sumendia ka referring in mora at 3870 adange malungil 2000 merged rogu ye solang arnya imol adram brigel ngartiang engege nga consultant tungase o ngartiang e solang anding selpolol gotu aram brigel dia kopgik len selol gotu aram brigel e Baules Tmetuchl Baules engege da translator hima Anthony Rudimch. Okay, tiri mo translate dia problem. Okay, madalo se sola martabo ngum tutau e sola ko mai ngum sa targami. Tmetuchl Baules. Okay. Palomora program giderela tutau.
Okay. Very good morning, Senator Diaz, Manungil Tutau. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the radio show for allowing us to come on air and discuss some very important issues. But one of the most important issues we're here to discuss is really the Torual sanitation project. And as you know, it's the project that improves the sewer network from in Torual and in Irai. So we're fortunate to have the project manager of such an important project, Mr. Anthony Rudimch, who's been closely working with the project even before the merger. When it was still PWSC. And to my left as well, I have Isebong Rengulbai, who is our public relations officer. And she's responsible for the public relations work that we have at the corporation. And to my right is the business office manager. He runs customer service department. That's the area where everybody pays their bills and they request service for operations. So as you can see, these are the people who run the corporation, and they're all Palauan. And it's a Palauan corporation. The stakeholders are our customers, especially the leadership. And Senator Diaz, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the leadership of the Republic of Palau for their support, especially Congress, the Senate and the House. I think everyone's seen us in numerous oversight hearings, and those are normal. They're actually healthy. It allows PUC and agencies such as us to improve. It allows us to have open dialogue with our leaders in an effort to ensure that projects such as the Torual sanitation project are done smoothly with little or no issues. And at the end of the day, it's the customers, it's us that benefit. And I just want to say that all of us that are here, we have children that also go to school. We're customers as well. So it's also in our best interest that projects such as the Torual sanitation project is complete. Senator Diaz, the reason why we're here is because of the audit report that came out. And part of our mission here is really not to point fingers or to blame anyone for any of the issues that are identified in the audit report. It's really to clarify what the audit means, and audits are good. Audits are a way to determine how a company is doing. It's pretty much like a doctor checking a patient to see what's wrong, and if there's anything wrong, what do we do to fix it? And if it's healthy, that's good. And if it's healthy, how do you keep it healthy? And that's what an audit really is. So bottom line, if I could just summarize the audit in a very simple form, it doesn't highlight any mismanagement of funds. It doesn't say that there were any illegal activities that went on. As a matter of fact, the Koro Irai Sanitation Project audit is in the law. It's required that during a certain period there should be an audit, because a project of this magnitude should be audited to monitor the progress, to see how it's doing. And unfortunately, for this project, it's delayed significantly. And that's the main emphasis of the audit, that it's the project is delayed. It's been delayed how long, Anthony? How many?
Since 2016.
Well, how many months? How many years?
4 or 5 years.
About 4 or 5 years, and we will explain those reasons for the delay, because that seems to be the highlight of discussions everywhere we go. And one of the things we heard from a coffee shop, we were just talking about coffee shops earlier, was that there's a speculated mismanagement of funds, and we'll talk about that as well. But the important thing to know, and to assure government, leadership, and everyone, that the funds for the ADB loan were never on island. They were kept in an account at ADB. And Aquilla, who's here, is our financial officer in the KASP, and she can help us outline the process and actually how payments are made. They're not made from our office to the contractor. They're made directly from ADB to the contractor. But before we go into those details like that, I'd like to give it to Anthony. Anthony's been the project manager for this project. In the very beginning, Jacinta Idong, who was our previous chief financial officer, was the project manager until her departure. After her departure, Anthony was the deputy project manager, and he works with a very capable team that was selected by the CEO and the board, and they're all composed of Palauans, Senator Diaz. I think 1 or 2 of them are of course, international experts, because they're engineers. And as you know, Palau does have a shortage of engineers. So I'd like to take this opportunity to also say that if there are Palauan engineers that are out there that would like to contribute to the economy here, please come and see us and work for us, because that's one of the things that we are missing, Palauan engineers, but that's another story. So the main emphasis of the audit was the delay of the project and why it took so long. And there were factors that we want to explain that were outside of PPUC's control, which not only includes things like whether there were protests, you can say, there were issues with site access, and those are some of the things that Anthony will discuss. And Torual is here for any customer service questions you have, Senator. If you want, he can answer anything under the sun, maybe to the moon. He's one of the best, I think, that we've hired. We hired a former U.S. military to run customer service, so maybe he can he can run the office well. So okay, if nothing else.
Okay, here's can you kindly just kind of summarize what he just said? So there's some of us that didn't complete elementary school and we didn't have opportunity to learn the language. So can you summarize it? Quickly summarize. Ra ikalbal tungkang la sigida ngartia la sil sen kimsa mo main lagi mo sa otra at goira audit report
and then go right in.
Okay, mang Anthony lang atim dial translate and mo summarize lang assume mo translating, it takes a long time to really do that. Mang memedil summarize lo sengara mal mokte kat talk show so la mergoy individually mo sa da gel cook area kami abang
Dah malamit tuta magsulang tuli ka teal. Matatigam nombre ka rongosia director administration ra PPUC ra Tmetuchl Baules.
Nisi.
Oye, basically or digazebal omsodel. Ulegi mertel talk show so taldi mo talgibel rutiyes modi tele KASP Audit report. Diga milgat mokre el alraq. And I think ngania tol gad at talgibel omgatakle di eren gade batemed ma gumesing da bay di sedal di sebu sadr ngi yakti mosma da gel qamle maklol وقول من الامنوتيب الميوضة وريور دي غاني قال لك فايندينغ سيرتيال الكاسب اوديت الغوك ذغني اسد المالميس هو ما نكسو دول تو ريورينغ تلقي بلونغلا عمر اورتيل دريغل دي من تجيب الانترودوسر هذا من اغوك تقال تال كاسبين الادين غايد الاذرا هو بلو لوبنجيز تاير سيل كونسلتانت تال كاسب بروجكت
I see.
اي دي بي عمل اسوار مسين ابول غتنغ دول تو ريدير en la ungila ngani ya consultant lo nga seguido lo makrar talurior manganga represent Rengulbai ra France igis iyaw ang klela grant Murdie nga team leader e cook owner lo bangge grabita nga as project manager of course ngari egale tal kaspa artel adala PPUC lo rur tringia dia gadul wase the cook titogubet sel di kaspa rered nguk miltut kar adra al sel obis المرولة ريرين دي غايس الاكسترال درو الليرة لو تاو تراكاس ما وا Aquilla الغوك غارا فاينانس ديبارتمنت او قول نسير تال بروجكت اس فاينانس اوفيسر من بلغول سياق مسسل غانيا ورول مغتموك لغاغا ما جرانت اس الجبورا سايت تجيم سوربي تجيم سيرتيفايد مس سي بليسم هارتيان يا اكوي دي مثلا مس جيم لي اوغيوا ملمالت البروسيجور كوريكت سيرتيفاي انياس المولاجل بابيير em rogid odurok lel mor ADB ya ADB muharaw odruda sel so denga TB odruda de galmartiang druk ti handala paperwork ya sendel mong ya suma ADB rongei odruda top da di malmal tel mor contractor mang adilungile tuli era bokret ya KASP report akora dasut muna sing era do mulak ne mention misal amla mo sol mo tal ragra last el bedo sadra KASP ndago dinge saradat el adigam dangali تيال كاسب سنغران ما ايغال كونتراكت نغار او نلا كاسب نغار مورغير من لاس ايغال دي موت دريغال سامرايز سامري
ماشي
ما كاسب نغارنيا اسالك مسك فور الكونتراكت المقلول البان للان اغوت الكونتراكت جيد لو نغال كونسلتانت ملا بانغير سينس اكتوبر 2014 اللي قلت ملمريز المي تمي امرون انجيلات الموت اللي امسوب الاوريور ورا بدل تاوترني لسيل امسوب للتول رنيه غابرمنت موت اللون سيمال سيدرغو الا امسوب نسيدا غور استيميت امغوس تاجد وقال 2014 اجد الموت المي ذو ذا جراوند وور ستارت امسوب 2014 يا سنه 2016 اجد ستارت البيث مثلا لي بيث امغون ما يجايد الكونتراكتور جيد راهوك يجايد الممثل تيم لي ميد كلاريفاير سيل بوينت وقال لها تل شورجي ذا دايركتور تي بي ام اوغينا غاك نفسه هاو لونج ا ديلي نغا ما ميستيك مسلم لمو اي من راخ اللي قول با 2016 دي 2016 نيو المو لا بروجكت ندير السيل تايم اللي نجي الكومبليت او نجي الكومبليت بروجكت نغا 2018 يا كوان نجي 2019 من سيدا بك مسلم ابا نغا ايرول مو ايديل اي والراخ
اوكي kami tunga suere ila technical information erlanga ndak imsal understand
okay
plain language asuer tialuru ringi plel pandria ADB esolanga ya urioram lo stat kodor sama say dirgel contractors took off tum emergo dim la complete project
okay
a question ase kadgirel kere kdo spare tial es suer luru ringi alu bendirka idling kami msodis
I see da may lagi akne mention ko sa kanya ewal contract dolap one consultant ya 3 el contract ngakel amlo construction era ngai sel dum agel duseng ICB agel each contract dum gadong seng ICB de un ICB ya international competitive bid or ngidil bid el bled awarding il mara kumbalir outside rabalur belaw
mang ngari akloan
da lang kloang di gel one idea consultant
I see
and then the 3 construction mala ICP1 السيل لوريور الملارا CIP المورا نعملها التريتمنت بلانت سيجد لا أتري اللي يعنارا ذاي تاين 7 ري بقول 80% راوريور Emonia alit atir ngani aguk mlo alit atrir ma aguk ngai gidan mondal kum sa tamlo of island. Maulang hindi nakal sa damlo terminate ra contractor tir laduk mlo mestri sa terkam la modal sa irut maklita lurior. Adol mo mlo spare tir dal adi mangad eurior adi kalbol marek.
Anthony, before you go on, can you just clarify when and where the bidding took place? Because we bid for these companies for the ICBs using ADB procurement process. It wasn't done at PUC.
Oy, so pwede kluto ko ra regress. So bidding artial el project adol hindi na kadol tirak la procurement policy ra PPUC. Kadamlo follow ra procurement guidelines ra ADB e ol taw traurior mong dumle o ngoyu del guideline edamle advertise ra urior website ra ADB e malit ta contractor gid ma selhuk o malit tela contractor akuk targibal mlongod akuk tetela la government or el PPUC ado regular malit ta contractor but oy ba anyway manggigid el contractor sele CIP morang malal amle terminate mul mames ring di katelewa relel agili lutal bidra urior ele da terminate nganyang ele del mutal.
Terminate meaning PUC terminate.
They're
fire.
Okay.
And that part of the network is ICB1. Right?
Oh, yeah. Madam le terminate ngi rebid raurior. La sergem rebid raurior ngani akuk na estimate gid mo se tagida klungin lawdo dos peringi en sel engel BS el contractor mel sum aklaurior. Gel bid el mlay amle el mut mal ne misel ngarbab. Nseglo ay senguk ngarbab ra $2 million. Guk na gimnot mag matel restra atele gamitira KASP ma consultant gide melekut maklit muse ngal bital bid mlamay not only malimis ng arbab direga di kalol tirak la igel specification or igel ulti al contract al gidam la toba madam le reject ringi.
Okay, one moment. Medi gulngit telwase laham call letya dia ham dia halol interrupt igal information tira amle lo sorry lo todo ma gimne decide la sen dia halol la call in dinamoria 2-3 time lo ringa ten wak madena sen so mil ask questions and the please set alartir el mosmada iga gidel lo uletem letiang esola maybe after that in la mos bedel answer with questions so mi adang okay kadol mol
I see mung sayida ko kora dangaringira ator ICB1 sel CIP morang amelat Elanganya rele del ICB2. ICB2 ang usel BS el bombra asuwer el mesang al ngara magati. Sel mal across the tele building ra gayar. Mangarsay engul mel me connector ngira CIP. Melasem dire ko lumura 2016 e bay sa lo es mo se seguir del blingale la aurora na mombre.
Mang sere la dos peri.
La ta hu kantil tiang le awan ra hu domes ngil Kuksel time mle ngilul daso. Ele si del time do ele project do nas me da via igal mo bek pading la contract. Manganya ta ele la bek pading la contractor el rebelaw el morutita lurior. Mangsel ko kora develop pa igal contractor gid. Di la kantil bigos ang bli. Ibandong mo mre ngal imong gay del ngara magatil mera CIP. Ti bigos ang gal CIP morang amala dimna kalgat maklawrelel. Ndira kabol sa edlo tuwa ang gikyong ra sel ngal telmla mo mre lurior. Ngada gut maklit tagid el tele riora liliting el taragom bali enya mos edel lo tu mam gikyong ral sel ba
demle lu sawdo der yegid dem la complete lurior
inda gel do da di golap
dir golap
zero
fire tiren kom le fire tiren
kippe gel do
kippe
adi mondai or qora talgib el mo el change asel contract ngel milura riora base rates 2016 ela the fire ngi e hook mribid ya pesel ra la uriora hook mo base ra la clalo la service ra el all time seguida hook terrible ding I think kadamle kut makli hook right the decision adul mol lo ngel tanging ladim mol dim ra la mondai so mol harartir e da qabol mer qabol
tek tiltang tila ADB kint miul mlehar tir kint tiltal mlehar ada de al qualified maluba
da la asel malmo mlwai sendi dol tirak la Kadre na ADB.
Hindi kami hotel clear board.
No. I would, Senator, I think it was a joint effort, and I think out of the audit, Anthony, the learned a lesson. That's the important thing about the audit, Senator. We learned lessons from some of the weaknesses that we identified, which was what they said in the audit was lack of planning. Our inability to access certain sites. The fact that we didn't have the contracts manager or the project engineer. And at that time, Senator Diaz, if you remember, we lost our CEO. And they actually highlighted that in the audit, that during a period when the sewer project was really in a critical stage, our CEO's contract ended and we didn't have a permanent CEO for at least a year and a half, I think. And those are the main issues that they identified in the audit.
Sida ukwan ya amo mangseng lubong al contract. El klol contract el beda bidring il micrela balur belau aseli ICB3 el vessel treatment plant. Gel vessel treatment plant asel mongas el mora animal shelter ragor state yang ara CM el fenced. Ak mong la adiga erulbira ngara amlame mong las el mo mesang di lang la damna magarda dengiringi. Dan mo start lo magarok la gel bek pading la klad galel ma obong la gem ma wais mata saying ang klem go helmet o boots de mosois.
Engara.
Ma temel commissioning. Se ma amriga relel Miguel mo amriga last year. Hindi regal ne price amrung la tora a hobit. Ma seguidera march last year in waldam tora ma ara rokola relel en toda hobit marogul azil contractor Miguel sebog المتما بلورير. متسوق مع بلوري الذي نقل سئل موت المرة بيلاو. Until sera April 9 mos edela logró el hospital ma government mate del quarantine committee lo gordi engel electrical engineer ra contractor el mlera April 9 mux el guk mut el finish egal tora dengira power wastewater plant
Metel COVID-19 na Sweden wasing
drigal nganya el
marklo impact tegi
el
COVID-19 Dia adil gumam bagi direk amno everybody experience from COVID-19.
Waise to edi gal dil time COVID-19 edi gal dil impact time drigal nganya agosto. Ya sera meidori mes edel drigal ogi osisiu ngeso e huk ogordia mechanical engineer. Maul el time en sida damlamo ngaka matmok lagel last el relet mo start el tester tel bes el sewer plant I think next week ya mo gaya training gal contractora mo may trigel adadra PPUC el mo router tel bes el plant et mo mstra training mo mselo router tel
Ntia mo sering amos el motogoro in rang serpadons pedro spering sena ka kuara dibiskida klongatela ta
I think en degal boluriul ra august et el mombre adi tal de kwapi klerni ngingel ansel contract ngarngi ya dal ngal contractor el girel sobre el me ma o router ngi el emgogora ab supervisor ada gel ada dirqa al berbelau negel logi wa Taiwan andin la qawid last month
COVID-19
Taiwan aguk no start el mosla cases ngi munguk dira a flight el mom lagi qora di tel momriq lo mqadora momriq
na momriq okay وقدي مغير نجي دل هذا الماء
اي سي ترينر هذا ميغو يدل تيست قلبك بدني لك هذا لا
اوكي
لا بي مونياتا ما كلاس de lo duro clasasing mu corames
ما سي دي ملكي دي تيجي دل او اي قال projector كمان لان aquí amen paro mam le cut in half mang ela ka mes ai ka kirel ngani tewa te mal adro route each camera have person din dia magim la di point el mer mi ملاش الكابر تاع البريفينغ مربط توك شو ريو
درغل اومد تولي غانيا دي تول درغل تيبل داكتو سم غير لوريور دي غانيا جيل كونتراكت دوكتوم غدون سن ان سي بي ناشونالي كومبيتيتيف بي دلمنوس ادل ادفرتايز يا اورد المره قوم بالي دين السا بلور بلاو غانيا تول ريد اللوم غد اورا بابليك تويليت ايا اوبنجلا بارتنرشيب بيدر اي دي بي ما غور ستيت لذوك مثلا كمسين غانيا غسا سلا بلور اوريور ما الابي براستي دي دوك فوكس اوريور تيل بروجكت ندير اكسس ما بابليك تويليت ما adel som el tegawo kalmur traile bol som los prevention dia ka kalamor al sastoang mangaigel tul real namo ngayawan namo merege one ongoing masel nga erong pargal ngabitar tele sa right office ra olbil seguid el BS mesang al BS el public toilet el mading sa state tamla open ringi seguid a one product tel KASP project
aro bang parte tel Ocean Conference alo dia separate project como ya sana se tigida imara de la PPUC de como dia mda sorunga se kami tirger kotel masai ke dagare dia mo como ya sana se project nga onda sa Ocean Conference am gadu alo benjake
malang namorgi malangania egale night market nganya ngalgam mila playground namorgia aungil was area ma ongerung asel nga Long Island okmong tida ding nganya belaw game nganya beach volleyball di la mo sel okmo gulma sa beach volleyball ndira nganya talgi bersel basol nganya yellow fence ni seguida mo besel
public
toilet el mora Long Island
I see